wrote. Door swings wide, no one there to check. Old house breathing like it's alive. Floorboards creak, something replies. Ask one question into the night. Get three whispers hitting my spine. Got my paranormal playbook, turn the page, see the dead talk, every rule that they gave me falls apart when the clock stops. Paranormal playbook, say the names, watch the room shake. If I cross the line in the hallway, will I walk back out awake?
Here we
Hello.
are. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I feel like these last 2 weeks went by so quickly and so slowly all at the same time.
It did. Time is weird like that.
I'm done with the weather. I'm absolutely done. I can't stand it anymore.
I know. Same here. We had all that ice that basically gave me a staycation at home because here in Tennessee it was bad. We had everybody lost power. There's still people without power. It's been a week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, we're not equipped in the South down here to deal with any kind of like snow, ice. They just don't have it.
I was home for a couple days as well, and happily it fell over my days off. So I really wasn't inconvenienced in the slightest. I mean, I was just
But y'all
home.
are used to dealing with like getting roads clear.
Where I'm at in Columbus, we do not get snow like that at all. To get over a foot
Okay.
of snow is unheard of. Actually, this is the only time in my county's history that they've ever declared a level 3 snow emergency. They've never in history done that until this last week.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's not really common for me either. I mean, we'll typically get a little bit of snow, but not quite like that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a storm that affected a bunch of people, like half the country or something.
Yeah, I'm just done. I'm ready for spring. I'll stop
Except for
complaining about it now.
Everybody wants to string up the groundhog because he saw a
Yeah.
shadow. So I saw memes of like, yeah, I saw memes of it like on a barbecue grill and all the like strung up. I'm like, geez,
Barbecue.
we got vicious. Barbecue Phil, I guess he's Punxsutawney Phil, right?
Right.
Barbecued Phil.
I almost feel like before we really jump in and do our sponsors and dive into tonight's guest, I feel like we should give a little update after last episode. What
yeah, that's right.
we found out about your connection to Shelley and now to me.
Yes. So like after the show, not last week, week before, we had Shelley on and she kept saying that there was something familiar. There was something like she felt like I was connected in the family tree and therefore related back to the jail and everything. And so after the show she asked me, give my grandparents' names and then like the family names on both sides. And I provided that. And within like, I don't know, it was like less than 10 minutes. She had pulled up pictures of my grandfather and my grandmother on my mom's side. And she said, you're in the tree connected to her father's side. So my mother's side connected to her father's side. So like, I think it's I think she said fifth cousins. And I think seventh cousin to then Christopher. So
Wow.
we are cousins.
And Noah's actually in that tree as well.
It's
You're my cousin too.
Yeah, apparently I can't quite remember what all she said the connection was, because again, it was like, really complicated. But I was in the tree somewhere,
I
and
don't remember
I
specifically.
don't. You're right. I have to ask her again to look it back up. But like, that's crazy to think like how that works and like how you meet people like that. It's
There's
weird.
yeah,
Right.
and there's like a whole reason for it, right? I mean, that
For
puts
sure.
into that puts into like those theories we all have into like perspective, because you're like, wait a minute.
Right.
I never would have guessed. And then I went and told my mom, and she said, oh yeah, my nephew did like a family tree, I guess recently. And she said that he had mentioned that, from, her side of the family they were in Ohio at some point before they headed out west further, because I'm originally from California. So it is just weird that the whole, like, I don't know, the whole synchronicity thing, and
Right.
I don't know. It's
Like
just,
that
it
has to be more
still
than a
blows my
coincidence.
mind.
For sure.
It's way more than just a coincidence, because it's just like, if it were like just a coincidence, maybe one of us would be in the family tree, but having like all of us is
We're
like,
like,
holy crap.
we're like some strange version of the Addams family.
Like in the best way possible, though.
Absolutely. Well, it's only good behind that. I mean, the Addams family rocks. They're the
I
best.
know.
Right?
I'm looking at like my whole Funko Pop collection I have above like my desk of all of them from the Addams family.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my husband just got the last two I needed, which was Cousin It and then the original Wednesday. So this is from like the original, not from like the movies, but like from the TV show.
Oh, and I love Cousin It.
I know. And I was like,
Uncle.
it's spelled with two T's? Cousin It.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know the significance of that, but I'm gonna find out.
Uncle Fester is probably my number one favorite.
Oh, I know. And his little pop has a light bulb in its mouth. I was like, yes.
I want to be Uncle Fester when I grow up.
For real.
Goals.
Oh my.
Well, I
Well, I
guess
just thought people would appreciate that update
yeah,
after our
yeah,
last episode.
for sure. Yeah. It was a crazy one. So,
You want to go
absolutely.
ahead and give our sponsors since I can't see anything?
Yes.
You could be making
So,
faces at me right now. You could be making horrible faces and I'd never know.
well, I'm not. Just happy faces. Anyway, so tonight's episode is brought to you by the Flower City Butcher, the brand new psychological slasher film from Forever Entertainment featuring horror icon Ari Lehman, the original Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. Award-winning actor, now if I can say this, is it Christian Bescher from Law? Yes. From Law and Order SVU, and rising star Michaela, I'm going to butcher the Lecoq, I think is how it's pronounced. The brand new campaign for Flower City Butcher goes live on Kickstarter this Friday at midnight and will feature all new perks for our campaign backers, including acting opportunities, official producer credits, custom merchandise, and lots more. Woo-hoo. Now, scrolling on down to the second, tonight's episode is also brought to you by Final Girls Monster Series. Woohoo! I'm one of them. Now available.
So epic. I love your design. It's so cool.
Now available at scarezone.net. The Final Girl is a horror-inspired lifestyle brand built for survivors and fans alike, celebrating resilience, rebellion, and the will to outlast whatever comes for you. Join us today at scarezone.net and help support your favorite models by purchasing from their large selection of available merchandise. If you or someone you know is interested in becoming a Final Girl model, reach out to Forever Entertainment today for more information. Yeah. Mine is like full demonic.
I know. I love it.
monster.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
I'm like,
That is
yes.
awesome.
So I guess
That's
too, we
amazing.
should just bring out our guest. So joining us tonight on the Paranormal Playbook, we'll be exploring where we explore like the unexplained, the eerie, the encounters that live just beyond the veil. Tonight, we're joined by a very special guest, David Wells from Shared Paranormal. David is part of a team. Hey there.
Hey,
Hello.
I'm just giving you a little introduction. David's part of a team that's dedicated to investigating paranormal activity, documenting experiences, and creating a space where the strange and the supernatural can be shared, discussed, and understood. From chilling investigations to deeper meaning behind the phenomenon, David brings a grounded yet open-minded perspective to the world of the unknown. So grab your flashlight, keep your senses sharp, and let's dive into today's episode with David Wells. Welcome.
well, thank you very much. I'm so glad to be here. I appreciate it.
We're excited to have you here.
Huh?
We're excited to have you here.
Thanks.
So thank you.
Yeah, I got so much going on. It's unbelievable. My new team has been formed. Website was supposed to have launched by today, but we had a couple of technical glitches. So very soon, sharedparanormal.net will be launching, and it's going to be the go-to place for everything we've got going on: a calendar, events, merchandise, the whole thing. My merchandise is already on bonfire.com, a brand new design for 2026, worth checking out. Yeah, we have a big event coming up in April. I want to keep plugging stuff, but I'm pretty excited about this. It's a Para-Unity event. Um, it's a weekend camp out on the grounds of the ghost town Parachaney, Michigan, where about 1,500 people passed away from the plague back in the 40s, and
Wow.
there were 12 people left after the whole town was gone. The mystery behind the whole thing is the legend of the witch that was there. She had a child out of wedlock, and they banished her and her child to the woods, to the forest, basically to just die in the elements. And I don't know if everybody's familiar with the story, but allegedly she cursed the town, and right after that, all the bad things started happening. So it was a thriving logging community built back in the late 1800s. There was hotels, restaurants, schools, all sorts of things there, and now they're completely gone. Just the footprint
That's
of the
crazy.
city. So my personal group is going to camp out right dead center of where town used to be, and I think it's going to be extremely active. It's supposed to be one of the most haunted places in Michigan. So
That's
if
crazy.
not the most haunted. So yeah, so it's going to be a Para-Unity weekend. It's capped at 75 people. It's permitted camping only. There's no RVs going to be there. We will have food trucks and stuff. And everybody who buys a ticket for the 2 days gets a merchandise pack, which has a flashlight, t-shirt, poncho, kind of a survival gear thing. So it's a great bargain. It's beautiful country, and we're just going to meet a lot of people that we've never met before and mix up some teams and investigate. So it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it sounds like
Very
it.
nice.
Yeah. Where is your team out of, David?
Belleville, Michigan is where I'm based out of.
Okay.
Just
How far is that from?
Just outside of Detroit, about 20 minutes from downtown.
Okay.
It's suburban enough to be laid back, but one of my team members is from actually in Detroit. We do have Keely, who is actually in New York State, but
Oh, wow.
she attends all the podcasts, takes notes, she does research, and she's working on the website as well. And then a brand new member just joined a couple weeks ago. Her name is Alex, and she is a anthropologist, archaeologist. She used to be a mortician, She brings such a skill set to the team. It's incredible. So, we have our first investigation this upcoming Saturday. It's a place I'm going to be returning to. It's in Grand Rapids. It's the old Lamar Hotel building,
Okay.
and it was empty for 30 years. So there's a lot of history there. It used to be a bar on the first floor. There used to be a bordello on the third floor and a hotel on the second floor. But I did a baseline investigation there. And I have tons of EVPs. I have so much evidence, it's hard to take the time to get it all posted online. But
I know how that happens. People don't realize how much it takes to actually go through evidence when you're recording like multiple cameras, multiple digital recorders. It's like it's a lot. I know you guys know.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, with the videos that I edit for our channel, I mean, it's a multi-process thing that takes several hours. So I definitely feel your pain there. I get it.
You can lose a whole weekend trying to do that stuff.
Oh, if not longer.
Right.
I just want to apologize to anybody leaving comments. I can't see any of them.
Yeah.
So thank you for leaving comments. I love all of your comments. I just can't see them. So if I don't respond, please don't take it personally. I'm curious. It sounds like the team you have right now is relatively new. Am I gathering that correctly?
Yes.
What was the driving force that brought this team together?
Well, Maddie, my first member, she was at my Halloween event, and she brought all her own equipment. And I'm like, wow, this girl is dedicated, And she got some great evidence. And we talked after and said, I'm starting to form a team. And I said, I can't think of anybody but you to be the first person. And she was just completely thrilled. She's done such a great job. She's done a lot of research, a lot of legwork that I needed done. So. And then Keely, I was actually on one of my podcasts. We were talking, and she really wanted to be on the show, and I said that's fine. And I said, what's the deal? And she said, well, I'm handicapped. I'm in a wheelchair. And I said, okay. She said, and there have been times where I have gotten out of my wheelchair at locations to get to a better vantage point to get evidence for an investigation. And I'm like, you need to be on my team. Just like that, I was convinced. So I asked her to be the second person on my team. And she, like I said, she's doing a lot of background stuff, a lot of research, and taking notes on my podcasts and our meetings and stuff like that. So she's been very valuable. And Alex, I've only talked to her twice. We've only had 2 team meetings twice, and she's been at both of them. But I'm looking forward to investigating with her because she's very inquisitive. She wants to learn everything. So, and she will. That's just her attitude. But that's about it. That was the driving force behind those decisions. There was a gentleman that was kind of a inventor. That he liked to invent and build new items to use in investigations. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool to have, on your team. And I said, you're more than welcome to join. And he said, no, I wanted to, but my wife says I can't. I said, oh, why? What's wrong? He said, well, she's afraid I'm going to bring something home with me.
It's like,
could be, you never know. But.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like, I don't think that I've necessarily been to an investigation where that's happened to me yet. I've had it happen to other team members, but I think it's like few and far between, as long as you know how to protect yourself. Is that what you experienced as well?
I got home after investigation and I found 3 scratches on the back of my left leg. I had no idea they were there. It happened during the investigation. I didn't even feel it. I just saw it afterwards. So that was really the only thing I had brought home as an injury. But no, never felt like I had an attachment or anything.
What about you guys, Christopher?
I'm not going to say that anything's ever followed me home from an investigation. I've had spirits from the Fairfield County Infirmary pop in and out. like come to visit, but they're not staying. They're not attached. Usually they've got something specific that they need to tell me. And then once they've delivered their message, they seem to understand that I'll take care of whatever it is if I'm able. I mean, sometimes their requests aren't reasonable. There's nothing I can do. But if it's within a scope of which I can help, I will. And then they just go on their way. They go back to where they came from. So I don't think I've ever had anything attached. I get visitors.
Yeah, which is different.
I would say for me, it's actually pretty similar to what you kind of just talked about in the sense of like, especially like with the visitors being like, we'll go to a certain location and we'll have somebody visit us at that location that's from somewhere else. But I typically kind of try to keep my home as kind of like my sanctuary to where nothing really bothers me there. That way I kind of have a space in which to go and relax and not really have anything bother me so I can sort of, reset. And then it's more of, I'm aware that once I step out of that space, I'm more open to, okay, if somebody has a message for me or something like that, then I'll sort of intake that. So I've seen that a lot more in other locations, or like what we experienced here at the cabin we're just staying at, where something came here to speak to us, but not typically at my home. And I think kind of like what you said earlier, I think as long as people understand the steps to take in order to kind of secure that space, they're in a little bit more of a safe zone, I think.
Yeah, I usually give two different speeches, one at the beginning of an investigation and one at the end. And basically it's, look, we had fun, but you're not allowed to come home with anybody. You're not allowed to touch anybody or harm anybody or attach yourself to anybody or ruin anybody's life after we leave here. So that's it. We're gone. You stay here. This is where you belong, and we'll see you later. But
Yep.
Just basically kind of a positivity exercise too. I mean, I'm sensitive to stuff like that, so I would know. I know as soon as I walk into a place that there's been a spirit around me. So that helps. It helps a little bit. I can gauge whether something's attached or supposed to be.
Yeah, Kim put a comment here. He says, well, we tried, but he drives too fast to follow him home. And she said, I'm kidding.
I can't really see the comments, but there's been a few that I knew were Kim.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because I just saw the little emojis. And I was like, "Oh, that's our girl Kim.
We love it. It's her signature."
He's probably sitting there like, "Whoa, what's he doing there?" I wasn't supposed to be on this episode.
Surprise!
That's the attachment you got. It's Noah.
Well, whenever you work so close together on stuff, I mean, it just happens, I guess, right?
It just naturally happens. Well, David, have you ever felt like there was an investigation when you were you thought you were hunting down the paranormal, but in turn the paranormal was studying you?
That's a good question. I did an investigation at Soup Cemetery. I don't know if anybody knows any of the legends of Soup Cemetery, but
no, where is that? Is that in Michigan as well?
It's in Belleville. It's about 5 miles from where I'm sitting right now, actually.
Okay.
And it's been around since the early 1800s. The family donated it to the county, the Soup family, and it just so happens the patriarch of the family, Elizabeth Soup, was a well-known witch and sorceress in the area. And her ancestors make no bones about it that she was a bad witch, a very bad witch. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Catherine Cirillos, the medium.
Sounds familiar.
She's a team member of mine, actually. She's from Athens, Greece, but she does remote viewing with me when I do investigations. Kind of gives me a lay of the land and see what she sees and what she senses. And there was supposed to be some people that were going to be with me on that investigation, but I ended up being by myself, which is one of the scariest investigations I've ever done, because that cemetery And being insensitive, it just felt like everybody was crawling on the ground and coming towards me, you know. And I tried to make it, I was there about maybe 50 minutes, but I did some EVP work, had the cat ball strung around, had the EMF meter strung around, and she said, where you're standing, which was one of the older parts of the cemetery, she says, there's a young man in his 20s in period clothing, probably 20s or 30s, and then there's a young girl standing there too. And I said, I can't sense them. And she said, what was that?
That
But,
sound effects.
okay. So, I said, why are they,
Trying hard.
why are they standing there? And she said they're being held there against their will. And apparently, Elizabeth Soup was keeping them from crossing over because she wanted them, their energy. Yes, the story was for her. But
Wow.
I don't know if that's a thing or not, but they were standing right next to me and I had no idea. They weren't really trying to do anything to me, but they were there.
Yeah, that is crazy. I think Kim said something about how I think ghosts can sense how boring I am. And they would be bored to death again if they follow me home. And then she said soup.
I think if there's one thing we know about Kim is that she's definitely not boring.
She says, if my friends ditch me in a cemetery, friendship over. Yeah.
Oh, I ditch myself in cemeteries all the time. I'm like,
You do.
I do all the time.
As long as you get permission to go into this one, they won't bother you. But there's people that go in there and try to do rituals and stuff on her gravesite, and apparently trying to draw some of that energy that she's stealing from other spirits. But yeah, it's pretty active with that kind of activity. But,
Usually when I go to one, I just want to take a book and take my lunch and go sit and relax. I just find them so beautiful
Yeah.
and peaceful.
I feel the same when I walk into a cemetery. I just feel calm. There really isn't I don't know, it's different from when I go on different locations, to investigate. I can pick up on the energy, and it feels sometimes heavy, or you get the pressure in your head. But in a cemetery, I don't know if the energy is just much quieter, and it does seem more peaceful.
a lot of them are like beautiful gardens. You've been into a lot of cemeteries, though, Rachel, haven't you?
Yeah, a fair number. I try to go even when the weird in me likes to go when we're on vacations and stuff, and find the local cemeteries and just, go in there and check out. I like to do photography of the headstones and, kind of do a little bit of investigation, see if they pick anything up. But a lot of times it's pretty quiet, So, do you think
county,
Oh, go ahead. No,
Oh.
you
this
go
county
ahead.
has the Eloise Asylum. It has the gravesite, the field of stone.
Oh,
brick,
yes, yeah,
basically.
I'm aware of that.
Um,
I'm supposed to come up to Eloise, I think, coming up in, I think it's going to be maybe March or April, hopefully.
I've never been there in person. I know that's a weird way to word that, but there's a deliberate reason I worded it that way.
You're traveling there, not in person.
A friend of mine was visiting there, and she asked me if there was anything she needed to pay attention to while she was there. And I started to describe a space and a room, and I guided her there, and then spent 2 hours in my kitchen talking to her about what she needed to be doing in that room and who she needed to be connecting to and what the story was. And in the end, it connected to a different location that we were familiar with. So when I say I've never been there in person, well, I was in my kitchen. I was leading her around the building and telling her where she needed to go in the moment to connect to someone. So.
That is like remote viewing in a definite way. You're roundabout. You're roundabout visiting. the location.
A
But
lot of
yeah.
strange things have happened in my kitchen when it comes to things like that. My kitchen is a doorway to many magical, fantastic places.
Do you have a portal in your kitchen?
I think I do. Either that or I just am a portal.
I was gonna say, are you the portal?
Yeah.
Somebody wants to see a picture of a ghost, huh?
What's that?
Somebody commented they want to see a picture of a ghost.
You did?
Yeah, it says, let's spice this up. We have 4 experts on screen. Does
Oh.
anyone have a picture of a ghost?
Oh. That's got to be Anthony.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a pic? Well, I do, but it's not going to be like the ghost, like everybody thinks a ghost looks like. Know what I'm saying? My ghost
Oh,
is
that's
a little.
cool.
That's the 2026 t-shirt design, by the way.
I like that. That's cool.
It's very bright green. Very easy to see. That's one ghost I have. I have EVPs and stuff, but that's another thing.
Yeah, I probably have a
Broadcast-
picture of a ghost I could find. I don't know how well everyone's going to be able to see it. But
If I weren't on my phone right now, I'd bring up my pictures from the Rose Opera House in Cynthiana, Kentucky.
I heard that was a good place.
It's a great place. My pictures would not be exactly what you'd expect. Backstage, they still have a bunch of old costumes, and they're all labeled by what's on the hook. And as I'm looking at the labels, I come across one that says Ghost. Like, well, I have to check this out. And it's essentially a sheet with the eyes cut out.
Oh, jeez.
We had a great photo shoot that night.
I can
And got
imagine.
some great ghost pictures at the Rose Opera. But yes, it truly is a great location.
So I've got. It's really hard to see, and you might not be able to see it. Is everybody gone? What happened?
So
Oh, I'm back.
Oh. I was like, everybody was gone, and then they're back. I don't know. That might be too hard to see. Oh, the reflection's awful. But
yeah,
it's kind of like this direction where my finger is at right there. But
Okay.
it's a video of it. You can kind of see the lights down at the. This is so hard to do backwards. But you can see the lights on the other end of the screen, kind of like over here, and then it comes into play. But it is not what a typical people think a ghost looks like, right? It's not going to be like that. The graphic on the logo. This is just very much like it was sort of looked almost like mist-like. And it kind of just, had its own light source, if you can put it that way. It was kind of mist-like, but also was illuminated itself, and it just kind of phased in, phased out real quick. I think the whole thing was not even like 15 seconds or so. So it's crazy.
Wow.
I have a shot. I have a shot of the John Robinson Hospital where Al Capone recovered from a gunshot wound. That was his private room.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was a
I
great location.
What might be more visually where people can see is I've got using thermal imaging. I've got a heat signature of a person that doesn't have legs, that the legs don't go all the way down to the ground, and they're in this location called Octagon Hall.
Too much glare on that picture.
Yeah, it's hard with these cameras to really see it.
It's the old bar. It used to be a VFW, and there's an old group from the 50s gathered around a bar having a drink. And there's a tent over there that you can see it. But Yeah, I'm gonna frame that one. That's pretty cool. That was on the wall of the bar.
Yeah, I've got a picture. I'm typically not an orb person, but I had somebody that I work with that sent me this picture because they wanted me to analyze it. And I will say, like, even for not being much of an orb person, it is kind of weird. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's just like a super zoomed in uh,
Yeah, that's really
picture
zoomed
of
in.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I zoomed in on it to kind of analyze it, and again, like I'm typically not much of an orb person, but based off of everything that I analyzed it with, I couldn't quite come up with too much because there was no reflections. It shouldn't have been dust. It was in the middle of the woods. It is weird.
Yeah, I got the Birdsall Mansion in South Bend. I investigated it in the ballroom closet. I got a picture of an orb, and when you blow it up, you can see a face, clearly see a face in it.
Here's like a here's the thermal. I don't know if you can see that. Do you see where the arrow is pointing to? It looks like a figure that's much colder than the rest of the room. It's against the wall.
I see what she's saying. I see what she's saying.
I can see it.
Can you see it better if it's in the? It's like the light. My ring light's probably making the glare, but that's that. That was in a investigation of a funeral home.
This
They
is
once funeral home.
the ballroom, the ballroom at the John Robinson Hospital venue. That window goes to where the recovery rooms used to be upstairs. As you can see, there's blue light coming from it, but there's no lights on whatsoever.
That I can see. That
Yeah.
one I see pretty clearly.
Yeah, that's pretty clear.
There's no light source on whatsoever.
That's pretty amazing. That's a great capture.
We got kids' voices there. We got all kinds of stuff going on there.
If I stare into the reflections of everyone's phone long enough, there's a good chance I'm going to start scrying. I have an ex that always used to say I could scry in a bowl of soup.
So there's the one at Octagon Hall.
Oh, I want to go there.
Can you see it out in the field there? There's like a
Yes,
there.
That's pretty clear. That I can see.
Yeah.
Can you see that the legs don't go all the way to the ground?
Yeah.
Because I'll show you what, and that was just standing. Because here's what a person looks like next to there. There's a chimney out there, but the person you can see has their legs all the way that go all the way to the ground.
Wow.
There.
Yeah, that's clear.
So, and that's kind of known at that location. That they told me later that during the Civil War is when they actually had where there had to amputate, I guess, people who were during the battle that was occurring on the land there in Franklin, Kentucky. And so it's like they basically said that they would amputate and throw the legs out the window, which sounds awful. And then they just bury them in like a pit altogether, the limbs. And so he was like, it makes the guy who kind of used to do the executive director of the museum there, that he said that was he wasn't surprised that there would be an apparition out in the field where it didn't have legs that went all the way to the ground. It kind of makes sense for what happened in the land there. So thank you, Kim. She said she loves my top.
What kind of energy do you get off of this picture? This is where I'm going Saturday.
Oh.
That's the old Lamar Hotel in Grand Rapids.
Is the whole building essentially abandoned, or is it functioning in any capacity?
There's a gallery there now on the first floor.
Okay.
The bar is going. There was a tattoo piercing shop on the third floor. They are now gone too. So the building is pretty much empty. There's nothing in the basement but storage. That dome you see on the top, they got into that and they found hundreds of broken liquor bottles from the 30s and 40s and chairs sitting around in a circle. Apparently that's where they're drinking when they were there. But it was one of the only bars that could serve liquor during Prohibition for medicinal purposes. But I got some trigger audio, some music from the original house band that played there, and I played that, and I got footsteps and stuff under really dancing. And I got footsteps on the wood floor and on the floor right along. So
That's cool.
Yeah. Hopefully
I would say just from the picture, that's a very active location. I mean, I want to get in there. Just looking at that, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. It's got quite a vibe. Now, there was a video that one of the employees took. I think it's on Instagram, but you see nothing there in the room, and then all of a sudden, this person basically looks like they're coming out of a portal, but they're on the ground and they're doing like a praise thing towards the wall, and the lady is completely nude, and she's doing this thing, and all of a sudden, poof, she disappears. But it's clear as day. You can see everything. And they did an offering in the wall, and I believe that's why that spirit was trying to. And I think it may be on Indian ground. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of theories, but there's definitely a lot of activity.
There does
Yeah,
look.
I'd definitely like to check that out.
Yeah, I think I agree that there seems like they're just from their picture, it feels like it's heavier.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there was a longhorn skull in there on the wall, and I posted this EVP not too long ago on my page. Where during part of the day, it has a reflection, like a shadow of a female, like the old silhouette type pictures you'd see of women with their hair in a bun. And you can clearly see a silhouette of a woman. And then later on in the day, on the other side of the longhorn skull, there's a devil. There's like a face with horns and the whole thing. So I said, is there anybody here that can tell me anything about this longhorn skull? I said, is it a good thing or a bad thing? And the EVP that I got was really long word saying good. I'm like, I don't believe you. I really don't believe you. So, but I still got more evidence to go over from there.
When you think about it, it's sort of ironic.
I guess Anthony's wondering, does Christopher have his cards with him?
Yeah, I mean,
Of course, I always have cards with me.
It looks like
Always.
Winter would love a birthday tarot.
Aw, all right, I'll be right back.
That's Kim.
Well, happy birthday, Winter.
I know. Exactly. Yep, you're right. He did have it. I had a question of for both of you. Do you guys think that some hauntings are less about the dead lingering and more about something replaying like a moment in time that that we were really just never meant to witness?
I have an example of that, actually. My house in Tennessee is right on the edge of Shiloh Forest, Battlefield Forest.
Mm-hmm.
And every night at 10:30, a soldier walks through between the houses on his patrol. And you can see through him, but it's my belief that he got shot and just got up and kept doing his job. He's been doing it ever since.
Yeah. I think that's kind of like Gettysburg.
Yeah.
I know that there's been pretty famous on one of the battlefields there, and some guy, you can see it on YouTube, but he goes out there, he sets up his camera, and he knew exactly where to be, when to be, and so you could tell that that's residual, and then all of a sudden it just comes one by one, just marching across this road.
Wow.
Yeah. Seems very residual. What
Yeah,
about you guys?
and I would say also, like, to kind of piggyback off of that as well, is that I think sometimes when we're paranormal investigating, some of the residual energy that we come across sometimes doesn't even come from the dead itself. Sometimes I feel that there are energetic imprints left by an event that may have happened that was so powerful left by the living. And an example of that, we were doing an investigation at the Madison Seminary in Ohio, and we went to a cemetery. And you told me this story about a woman that you had clearly seen, but as you sort of dug into it a little bit, you ended up finding out that who you saw wasn't dead.
Dead. They were living.
Yeah, they were living at that time, and it was just they were visiting the grave of someone that they loved very deeply.
When I saw the woman, she was standing next to another one of my friends, and I initially thought the woman was one of my friends as well. Like, there were four of us. I'm like, oh, there's Dan and Christy down there. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's Dan down there. He's alone. Oh, Christy's over there. So I went and asked him, I'm like, who is walking with you? And he's like, no one. What are you talking about? I'm like, show me what grave you were standing by. And when I went and looked, that grave had a picture of the husband and wife. The husband was deceased, the wife was not, but she had the same hairstyle, color, and build as our friend Christy, who was there with us.
Wow.
Interesting.
So
It's fascinating.
I searched every day for about 6 weeks to make sure this woman hadn't died. And she's still alive. I keep checking every now and then. I am 100% convinced that this woman went to that grave so many times. She left an energetic imprint there. And I saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, possible.
Yeah, I think that is extremely possible because, I mean, there would be like psychometry is one good example, right? You can touch an object and get a reading off of it. Supposedly, so that reading could come from the living or could come from something passed on. Either way, they're both energy.
Right.
Yeah. So it says, I guess Anthony put it up there, one card for everyone.
Oh, one card for everyone.
Well, this is for winter.
Okay, winter first. Oh, okay. It's a sword.
It's the Ace of Swords.
Okay.
What a powerful affirmation for one's birthday. And I feel like, Winter, the age you are and the direction you're going to be heading in your life, this is a reminder that so much is going to be coming your way this year and the next few years that it's all really going to be something that helps shape the person you become, the person you're going to be in the future. But at the very center of that, at the very core of that, is the person you are today. So you're about to embark upon this journey that there's so much really important and powerful change and transformation. But at the center of it is who you currently are, and that will never change, despite as much change as you're going to be experiencing. So with all these changes coming your way, you've got a really strong, solid, powerful foundation to stand on in the person that you already are.
Cool.
Nice.
So Kim said, yes, card me up too, bestie. And he said lottery numbers. Or tell mom hi for me. Either is a win. So you want to do Kim next?
I'll do Kim next. Of course, if I could really get lottery numbers, I would give them to myself first.
I know, right? Then you could share the wealth with others, but
Well, that's interesting.
The Emperor.
oh,
with the Emperor figure, with the Emperor archetype. I love that word. I love the concept of archetypes. Many attributes come with him, but one of the first things that always comes to my mind is responsibility. And here I start thinking of all the different ways in which our responsibility can be divided. We're responsible for our family and loved ones. We're responsible for the work we do and for what we put out there. And we're also responsible for ourselves. And that's the number one thing that's really standing out to me right now for you. Responsibility for ourselves. So with that, I'm going to invite you to take a moment to just reflect and ask yourself what you might really need to do for you right now, what you might really need to do to yourself to either bring things in balance or to replenish the sense of feeling whole.
Yes. I agree. Now you're gonna do one for David.
I will do one for David next.
Thank you very much.
The cat is back.
I think that's got to be Mr. Vinegar. The Seven of Wands, and I absolutely love this illustration of the Seven of Wands. I love all of the illustrations in this deck. For those that don't know, it's the Wild Unknown. I love the illustrations, and that's why I keep going back and using it just over and over and over again. I feel that this is an affirmation toward everything you've got going on right now. You've got a new team. You mentioned building this website. You've mentioned events that you've got going on and coming up with this team. This to me is a very strong affirmation that there is importance behind what you're doing. That was a very specific way of wording that. Saying that there's importance behind it, to me, says this is something bigger than just something you want to do. It's something you need to be doing, and I feel like that's more than just on a soul level. The work you're doing is going to have a ripple effect, so to speak. It's going to touch people. It's going to touch people's souls, whether it's the souls of the living or the dead or both. I don't need to try to define that. What you're doing right now is necessary.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's an amazing
Yeah.
card.
That paranormal unity is where I'm at, like where I'm going. So,
Yeah, I love that.
good to hear.
Yeah, your whole event, that speaks to that. If you're trying to do, kind of create some unity in the paranormal field.
And really, anybody's welcome. I mean, if you're a Norse pagan, if you're a tarot card reader, if you're, a stage magician and you like paranormal stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But no, anybody can go.
Oh no.
Anybody can go.
We're
Who's
taking
next?
bets. As we're taking bets, what Rachel will ask about tonight, let us know in the comments. Kim said, well, damn, I'ma have to have a meeting with myself. That was a bit spot on, sir. Winter said, best birthday present ever. Thank you,
Aw.
Mr. Christopher.
That made my night.
I know. It's sweet.
All right, Rachel, are you next?
Yes, supposedly.
Is there something specific?
I don't have specific. I think just see what comes up. Bongo drums.
The Son of Wands
Huh. Okay.
reversed
Oh.
in a more traditional context. The Knight of Wands. I'm letting this take me down a road that's definitely going outside of traditional meaning. Of course, every message I deliver somehow roots into tradition, but more often than not, I feel comes more from my gut. It's what I do, it's who I am. And I feel like with this, as it relates to something you're going to be doing or somewhere you're going to be going, specifically, there's an element of fear around this. And when I say that, I know you're not a fearful person. It doesn't matter to me whether you're a fearful person or not. At some point, everybody experiences that. There's something you've got coming up where you're going to be doing something where there's that element of fear around it or coming with it. And when you work through it, when you face it and do what you need to do, not if, when, you're going to find that you have to do things a little differently than you're conditioned to do them. Oh, that was very specific. You're going to have to do things a little differently than you're conditioned to do them. I don't think I could have worded that any more specifically and intentionally than I did.
Makes sense. Yeah, I think it definitely resonates. Had a little accident. Rachel wants Kim said Rachel wants to know when Kim is going to investigate with Chris and Noah again.
Ooh.
we do need to make that happen again.
We do.
We've had 2 epic investigations together. One of them, the video's out there. The other one, it'll come. We've got some other things we need to get out there first, going in order.
It's a process.
But they were both epic experiences.
Absolutely. So as soon as we can, I think. We got a lot of stuff going on this year, but we will definitely put that in our schedule.
And now it says, read a card for Noah.
I'm interested to see what'll come up.
Me too. Whatever it is, you know it won't be simple.
No, it never is.
The Ace of Cups.
Was it reversed?
It was reversed. And I'm okay with this card being reversed. I'm okay with any of the cards being reversed. Because no matter what it says, I mean, if there's ever something that comes up in anyone's reading that they don't like where it's going, well, then it's just up to them to change the course of that. So there's nothing that's going to come up through a reversal or upright that's bad unless we allow it to be. This, to me, speaks of knowing what we want and understanding that it doesn't always come in the way that we expect it. So there are times when we need to be cautious of clinging to expectations. And instead of, okay, I'm going to go farther with that. I'm going to pull that thread harder. Sometimes clinging to expectations closes us off. when instead it's more worthwhile to just be open to the process and to be open to what's unfolding.
Yeah. Anthony now needs a card. Says Anthony needs a card now. And Kim said, ha ha ha, Rachel, you put them on the spot. That I did.
The last location we did together, just for everyone's reference, was Post-Town Elementary, and it was a fantastic night.
Yeah, it was.
It was absolutely the best night I've ever had there. It's a great location no matter what. But I've had nights there where the bats were so bad, I just went to bed at midnight. Like, I gave up. I couldn't do it anymore. But we had a great night, and it was like June. I mean,
Yeah.
it's when the bats are at their peak. And not one. It was the best night.
It was awesome.
And you said that's the one that's not out yet?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one we did together was the Fairfield County Infirmary, and that's the most recent one we've got out.
And yep, you can find that on our YouTube channel.
Very cool.
Oh my God, I couldn't have done this if I tried. It's the hanged man, it's the bat.
Well, you were talking about bats, so.
Damn it. What that is my spirit guides having a sense of humor. That's what this is. or thinking they have a sense of humor. I think I said that earlier today too. Like, they think they're funny.
He did.
There are a number of things that can come from this card. This card can represent those times in life when we feel stuck, but it doesn't need to represent only that. To me, this can represent vantage point and point of view. From where he is, our hanged man here, he sees things differently. Obviously, bats don't see in the traditional context, but just go with me here. He sees things from a different vantage point than we do. And there is an advantage to that. And I would say that for you, Anthony, that is one of your greatest strengths, is that when you have a vision for something to be done, to be built, to be created, no matter what might stand in your way or what or who might attempt to stand in your way, you keep going. And it's your perspective on things that allows you to do that. So don't ever lose that.
Yeah. That's a great card. Mandy
Anyone
wants a card
else is-
too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is anybody else? Is Mandy here? I'd love to do one for her too.
Yeah, she's here. She said we're making a vampire music video at the end of the month. That's a take on Hamlet.
Ooh,
I know, that's so exciting.
that is
I
cool.
know. It's so cool. That's coming from a different viewpoint.
I so wish I could be there for that, but I'm going to be dog sitting. One of the little Frenchies needs his pill every 8 hours, so I can't let him down.
But she's ready for a card.
Absolutely.
Anthony said this guy is good.
We have the Father of Wands, or
Snake.
King of Wands in a more traditional context. King of Wands reversed. When someone is very good at getting things done, when someone is very good at executing their vision, there's a natural desire to want to always be very hands-on and to always take responsibility for everything. That's the second time tonight I've used the word responsibility. I used it with the emperor, and now I'm going to use it with the king as well. Sometimes the most responsible thing we can do is recognize the others to which we can hand some of that responsibility, so we're not shouldering it all ourselves. So anywhere right now where you might be able to do a little releasing, what are you doing or focusing on right now that you don't need to be, that you could give to someone else, so you can really focus where you need to?
Yeah.
Something to think about.
What did you say? Says Kim said Scarlett's birthday's next Tuesday, so you have room for just a shout out to her. She's a bit afraid for reading, but early birthday shout out would be awesome.
Aw, well, first of all, I would just like to say that I don't think there's ever a reason to be afraid of getting a reading, because like I said earlier, if ever something comes up in a reading that you don't like, it's just up to you to change it or make sure it doesn't go that way. This is all about empowering you. So with that being said, whenever you are ready, whenever that may be, anytime, if it's next week, next month, next year, 5 years, you let me know, because I want to do that first reading for you.
Nice.
But other than that, happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Yay, happy birthday.
I hope you and Winter have the best birthdays.
Aw. And then Mandy said, I already have that planned for filming. And we have a second AD to take on some of the responsibilities that I used to take care of completely.
To me, when something like this comes up in a reading and you're able to say, you know what, I'm already doing that, I'm already working on that, it becomes an affirmation instead of a direct order. Like, instead of it saying, this is what you need to be doing, it's affirming that you are on the right path with what you're doing. So I'm very happy to hear that.
She wants to know when Chris can do a full reading for her.
We can make that happen just about any time. Just about any night of the week you're not busy.
And then Kim said,
But not Wednesday.
Kim said, Scarlett said, deal and thank you.
You're welcome.
And then she said, hi, Mandy. Well, I know we're nearing the end of the night. I want to just open it back up to David if he wanted to say anything last towards the end.
I plugged a lot of stuff. I almost feel embarrassed, but I got a lot going on.
Not at all.
I got a lot of people that I want to bring into it, a lot of people that I want to experience things with me. So, but yeah, thanks for the reading. I appreciate it. I think you're right. I think everything's going in the right direction. And I'm going to keep plugging away and grow my team, grow my outreach, grow my fan base, I guess you'd call it. So anytime you guys want to just show up and investigate with us, you're more than welcome to be an extended member of my team. You're totally welcome. So
Thank
I
you.
appreciate the opportunity.
Love that.
To be here.
Thank you very much.
And I always say, happy hunting. So.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Happy hunting, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. It was great having you on.
Thank you for having me. was
And
good.
I'm very glad you took the time to talk about all the great stuff you've got coming up. Don't feel embarrassed about that.
Absolutely.
That's what we want you to do. It's why you're here.
Okay,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
All good things.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I know my team is watching because I signed it to them. I said, you need to watch tonight. Give me feedback.
Very good. That's the way to do it.
Take care, everybody.
Thank
You too.
you. Well, that was a fun night.
That was great. That was a great night.
I know. You're gonna have to
No
end up
technical
making.
difficulties on this end like we had last night.
Right? Oh,
Hey,
my.
there's a reason for those, maybe.
We were recording last night, though. We weren't live, so it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
At one point, just before my phone died completely, the screen flipped sideways, and our guest kept talking, and there we were, just sideways and frozen. So I was able to get it to where she just finished off a really profound thought before realizing, oh, he's not there anymore. So we were just able to edit it right into the next screen on the computer instead of the phone. But yeah, we flipped sideways and froze for a while, and she kept talking.
I know Kim was saying she wanted me to show you and Noah the candle she sent me. I have it in the other room.
Oh yeah, we'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I could grab it real quick. Or get my husband to get it for me. Hang on one second.
We could entertain everybody while she's gone. I could sing. I could dance.
We're gonna lose a lot of followers if you start singing and dancing.
I think I have a very good singing voice.
I didn't say you didn't, but like I feel like this isn't the podcast. People are like coming here to see that.
Yeah, they own a dance studio. I'm a professional dancer.
I'm back. Bring me back.
We won't say what kind of dancer. For the record, I competed in ballroom and owned a ballroom studio.
I feel like after the comment you made, you needed to, like,
I know.
you needed to put that out there.
Christopher's gonna dance?
No, we're just talking about it.
It says, hang on, Christopher's gonna dance.
This isn't that type of show.
Occasionally, you'll catch me dancing around the corridors at FCI, playing music and singing to spirits.
There it be.
Right?
Oh
Isn't
my
that
God.
And then, look who's hiding inside.
Wow.
It's a
That is-
ghosty.
That is awesome.
He's so cute.
Work is absolutely the best. She's so creative, so talented.
I love it. It's like a little cake with a hidden surprise of a ghost.
Oh my God, that's cool. Wow.
Her candles are the best.
I know. I love it.
So unique.
I'm like,
Well, thank you
It's
for
so
showing
pretty,
that to
too.
us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
oh yeah, of course. Then she wanted to know, where are you guys tonight? I think we touched on that in the beginning.
We're just at a cabin that we rented an Airbnb that's near Lancaster in Pickerington. Yeah. It's in Pickerington, and we're really just here to kind of hang out and kind of get some business stuff that we've needed to get done for the year of 2026. So
It's been a nice mix of productive and relaxing,
yeah, for sure.
which is what we set out to do. So
right.
Sounds like a good balance.
we've managed to get canes 2 days in a row. So that's even better.
It's the only option.
It says, look, she said, look at y'all on tour.
I feel like here in a couple months we essentially will be. I mean, even just to kind of give a little shout out here, March 7th, we're going to be doing an investigation with you at the Night House, and
They
kind of
are.
putting together a documentary series. So super excited for that. But then we've got all the hair cons and events that we'll be attending this year. There's a lot of stuff on the plate for us in 2026, and I'm super excited for it.
Will
It's
you
gonna be a
guys
great
put
year.
out like? Do you guys put out on your website like what you've got, where you'll be upcoming that people can go see you?
Yeah. If you follow our Facebook page, that is typically where you'll see any of our upcoming events or anything like that. Facebook is typically the best place to see any of those types of announcements. And then, as always, any of the videos that we put out is on YouTube.
Perfect. She said
Yeah, it's gonna be a great year.
Canes needs to sponsor y'all.
Oh my God.
Yes,
For real.
yes, they should.
She said, "Oh my God, it's gonna be sick. I can't wait to see that."
Is it bad that I just want like a jug of their sauce and I just sit and drink it?
we would
That's the best thing about their place.
We would be the best form of advertisement because everywhere we go, it's what we talk about is Raising Cane's.
It is. Last week, Wednesday, we were ranking fast food, and if Cane's weren't at the very top of the list, there'd have been a battle.
What's the next one down?
Zaxby's, which is very similar to Cane's, but not quite as good.
Right. So you guys are liking the chicken.
You can't go wrong with chicken.
That's true. Unless in my book, I can't have it because I'm gluten free. So
Oh,
I can have grilled, but they don't do grilled. And I can eat their fries with their sauce is good.
Oh,
I like that.
Anything with their sauce is good. I mean, I pour it on
their
my
sauce
cereal.
is the best part. Ew. I'm kind of like
Be your salad dressing.
I know, yes,
You're
like
doing
a
good.
salad dressing. That would be good.
Yeah, there you go.
Cereal.
That's how to make your salad unhealthy.
Yes. True. Kim said she lives dangerously close to Cane's, and my blood type is Cane's sauce.
Perfection.
Yeah. Just need an IV of it. Just.
Well, is there anything?
Thank you. She said, "Moment of silence for gluten free."
Well, I was going to say, is there anything else you've got going on that you wanted to mention really quick?
I mean, I've got an investigation coming up this weekend. We're going back to Nashville Typewriter. It's a business. We were the first to kind of go in there and investigate last year. I think it was September, October. So we're going back to do that again because we had such amazing activity there. Yay.
Wow.
And then we'll on Friday the 13th, we're doing Scott County Jail, and we're doing it as a collaboration with Tennessee Paranormal and Appalachian Lightworker Paranormal. So we're going to be locked in this Scott County Jail. So we'll have to see how that turns out. But then after that, we got you guys, the Night House.
Right.
Hell yeah.
You're spiritualists. We're going to try this out.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for that.
We'll have to figure out when we're going to get you out to Paulding, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Now that we're family.
Have a big family reunion at the jail.
Family reunion at the jail. Yes. We have to do it.
We will. We'll make it happen.
Yes.
Yes. This year has to happen.
It
All right,
will.
y'all. The last comment she had with jail investigation on Friday the 13th will be epic.
Yeah, well, that should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
We can't wait to hear all about it.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't wait to share.
For sure. Well, that was a lot of fun tonight.
It was.
Thank you, everybody, for the comments I couldn't read.
I've been the narrator.
You've done great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
You
Take
have a great
care.
night.
See you soon. You too.
Bye.
Bye.